consent. I repeat, for viewers' consent, this session is going to be recorded. So I've started recording our session. Can we get any viewer, like represent the class, say something before we can start our lecture officially? Should we pick randomly? If I'm to pick randomly, I would pick Esther. There are a few ladies onto this group, so I would pick Esther. Like everywhere, there are a few ladies. So Esther, can you say something on behalf of the class? Just welcome them, just say hi to them. Is Esther with us?
Hello.
Yes, hello, we can hear you.
I believe you're not hearing the background of my laptop. It has that weird noise, but I don't know what to say, but I'm just happy to be here. Been following. However, I'm also still working on the I think it was the homework you gave us. Yeah, I hope today's session will be more impactful. To those who have just joined today, you are most welcome on behalf of all of you people. I am Esther, and yeah, thank you, fans. I don't know, fans technology, whatever it is, but I'll be following up. Yes. Over to you. I think that's enough, unless it's otherwise, but thank you.
Okay, Esther mukubireko mu bugalo. Yeah, I was updating the group cutting. So guys, I don't have power home, so we are going to go through the things mu bwangu. Like we had anticipated to take 2 hours, we might not take the entire 2 hours, but at least the short time that we are spending here should be well spent, should be, at least it should add something onto you. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Matt didn't join with audio. Matt, confirm you can hear me. Mata, yeah, Mata.
Yep.
Can you hear me, Mata? I hope he does. But the good thing, the rest do hear me. So let's start off without further ado. I'll share my screen. The main purpose as to why we are here is to debunk like the myths that you have heard about graphics designing, and then we want to mentor you into graphics designers, like great graphics designers. As of the start, NASA people will forgive me. I'll keep giving NASA examples because a person that was mentoring me asked me one thing. Said, you see, we both been like two people share the same class, but one of them, for example, Famba and Esther, Rogers and Ken, you all share the same class, but you'll see different outputs. Rogers might work for an IT firm or a graphics firm. Then Esther will work for a boutique somewhere, like those kiosks that do printing. Then another person will work for NASA. But we went through the same class, and then the quality of the work that we are sharing isn't the same. Yet we went through the same class, same teacher. Let me share my screen. Same class, same teacher, but we produce different kinds of works. What brings all that? So as we start, from the start, first know what you want to be exactly. Like, do you want to design for NASA or you want to design for a graphics firm that, for example, like one that designs for Airtel, one designs for MTN. These people don't use people at random or people from NASA. We are not saying all NASA people do shoddy work. No, they do great work, they do good work, but maybe I don't know, but we are not going to go much into that. So we are here to debunk all that. We are here to create you into great graphics designers, serious CEOs, and founders of different organizations. I saw many people came from the IT background. You see many technology companies within, but if you're a technology company and you don't know how to design,
begin the process of looking at the whole ANC maternal postnatal process and
Mugabe, please mute your sound.
create a new module for it.
Mugabe, please mute your
We're in the
sound.
early stages.
Guys, when you
We
join,
are
make
now
sure you
thinking of
unmute. Mugabe, please mute your sound. I've muted him. I don't want to go back and forth of like, muting and unmuting people. Let me just remove the thing of unmute themselves. Yeah. Okay. So we were starting. Sorry for that. I want to get the start. Yeah. So that's it. We want to mentor you into serious graphics designers, serious CEOs. For example, if you have a startup, by the end of this course, you'll be able to create your own graphics design that is that beautiful. Yes, if you have not created that beautiful graphics design, you can at least poach good graphics. People have been designing for you work and then you just go on with it, but maybe initially you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what graphics means, like what graphics design means. So people design for you work, you take it on, shoddy work, I'll call it shoddy work. People design for you funny works, and you just take it on just because you have nothing to do or you don't know, what to do. Yeah. So before we start even, okay, this is what we are going to cover in this lecture. I'll give questions before we start, but this is what we are going to cover into this lecture. One, what is graphics design? Two, why do designs matter in everyday life? Three, key principles with, examples. So the major thing for this lecture is key principles of graphics design. Then we shall walk through Canva and then we shall create something. But the most bit of things is we are going to concentrate on why it matters, what is graphics design, and the principles. When you get these principles, you'll be able to create yourself like beautiful work from zero. Yeah, we shall walk through the Canva, how it looks like, what it does, like the beautiful features of the free thingy, free what? Free tier of Canva. It has a pro version and a free tier. Most people are activating the paid tier like the pro version, but I would encourage you, please, first be creative with the free one before you activate the other one. One, graphics that is designed within the paid tier of Canva, when it expires, when you want it, it will bring on that watermark of Canva. So just imagine you designed for a client with that thingy, then it expires, then in the end, the client wants that work. Maybe you don't have a backup that you already downloaded it and you want to re-download it. It will bring that thing of Canva, the watermark. Then two, graphics. For example, if you want to use your pro version, wait until you are ready. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just saying wait until you are ready. Maybe at the end of the course, after navigating through the free versions, and then when you feel you are ready, maybe you have a bigger gig, maybe you want to take your brand to the next level, and you're like, no, let me use my pro version. It is when you have to use the pro version. Don't just use it far. You'll need it, and then you can't have it because personally I use that free version, but it is okay for me. Yes, it might not be okay for you because some may not be that creative that will need a pro version, but you'll see how beautiful the free version is. Then two, we have not gotten someone yet that will give us I will deny recording. We have not gotten someone yet that will give us what? That will give us a cracked version of it. Yeah. Until we get someone, is then you be like, feel that you can have one. We shall proceed to the next slide. What is graphics design? Like before anything, before I say anything, by the way, let's go back to this slide. What do you think graphics design is in your own perspective? I'll unmute like 2 or 3 people. You can raise up your hand and say something. What do you think graphics design is? Because I want to know your thoughts, then I'd bank it. Then, we clear the minds, we clear the thoughts that you had about graphics design. Can I have some hands raising up? Who's ready to answer that? I want this to be interactive. It is not like introduce kusoma, like that in-depth kusoma. But the difference you are making between you and a NASA guy is when you go to NASA or to these other design firms that have not made research about these things, what they will do, day one, boom, install Photoshop. Two, show you how to do things, and then they are not telling you to benchmark, to pick inspirations. They are not telling you all these things. They are just showing you how things do, and things are not making sense because now you are seeing colors. So you'll end up using funny colors within your graphics. So can we have someone that answers what they think graphics design is? In your Zoom, there is somewhere where there is raise a hand. Kenny, do you want to answer that? Okay. Someone has used their hand. Yeah, I'll unmute you. Yes, I've asked you to unmute and answer. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think graphic design is using the visual elements to communicate.
Okay, that's one answer. Another person. I want some hands risen up. He says using visual elements to communicate. Yeah, I won't first say it is a true answer or wrong answer, but there is no wrong answer. That they will gain, So any other answer? Oh, what screen are you seeing? Power is back, but okay, is Esther has risen up their hand. Esther, you can unmute and say something. I'll first stop sharing my screen to rectify some things here. Power is back, so I will connect another screen on. Yes, please. Kenny has risen their hands. Yes, Kenny.
Good afternoon, everyone. May I think graphic designing? It's just in a simple definition. It's kind of art practice, bringing up ideas and creating things with visual text, something like that.
Okay. Kenny says that. Any other person? The person with dashes, you can unmute and say something. The person with dashes, you can unmute. Please always join with your name so that we are able to, to communicate.
Okay, so I'm going to rectify that. I apologize for that.
Yes, please, go on.
Yes, I think for me, graphics designing, it's a form of communication. Like, as all of us know that art communicates something, but for it, it involves projecting your idea in a form of visuals. That's what I would think graphics designing is all about. You're communicating something, but in a more visual form of.
Yes. Any other person? Yeah, all these answers are right. We shall end with Lutaya Dennis. Okay, Kawes reason. Okay, Kawes Brand, then Lutaya Dennis. We shall end with those. Others will answer the questions that are coming.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Others. So I'll basically say graphic designing is just the art and practice of creating visual content to communicate messages. It basically combines images, text, colors, shapes, and layout like to portray out information, to tell a story, or promote any product, demand, or idea.
Now I see people have started using ChatGPT. You guys, the the GPT thing will come in. We shall do how to, for example, we are going to do AI with branding. But yeah, it is it is a good answer. Every answer that you have said is right. We shall end to that. People can lower down their hands. We shall end with that. Others will answer the questions that are coming. I wanted to put another screen on before we can proceed, though. I don't know why this thing is misbehaving. Okay, so this place here. You'll give me these few seconds. Then I do this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to have two screens so that I can be able to explain well things. I'll share screen one. You'll confirm when you can see it. Then after that, we shall proceed well without any disturbances. I hope you are learning something. I hope you are gaining something. I'll share the entire desktop too. So confirm you can see my screen. Hello team, anyone can unmute and confirm or show a thumbs up or show anything that confirms they are seeing my screen. Can you? Okay, yeah, people are seeing the screen. So where we were is how we're on this slide. What is graphics design? Yeah, everyone has said the right answer. Graphics design, okay, the formal term would be the graphics design is an art of communicating ideas visually. Like the people have said, using images, colors, layouts to inspire and engage people. Yeah, but I'll go more onto this. If you see this shape, me, that's what I call graphics designing. Like if you see the shape, it's what I call graphics designing. Why do I, keep emphasizing this? Let me pick a pen here. Why I keep saying that's graphics design for me is one, it is a creative process, leave alone the official communication. See, as graphics designers, that's why most times they are called creatives. There is a reason as to why they fall under the category of creatives. They call themselves creatives. It is a creative process. The most mistake that people are doing with graphics design nowadays is you get a gig before you even know the things that you have to do with that gig, you have started designing. Like, who does that? That's what I've come to help you people. For example, polish out. When you get a design, when you get like the work I gave you yesterday or the other day, you ask questions. We ask, like, it is a process. Creatively, you ask yourself, how am I going to deliver this work? When you begin asking yourself how you are going to deliver that work, it is going to make your work simple. And then, okay, if it's a campaign, because graphics design is not all about you portraying the, you know, the info, the what. Sometimes you might be running a certain campaign. For example, if it's Jumia upload, like saying it is a Freak Friday, it is Jumia doing this campaign, they put the dates, they put, so that information that you have, how can you creatively portray it to people? For example, if you get a gig, they give you much information. A person comes, tells you, you see, we want to do ABC. They tell you a lot of information, but you have to sieve it out, then come up with just information that is enough for the participant to know what you are communicating to them. All of you have brands here or have what, but if you have a certain campaign, if you want to tell us the services that you do, how creatively can you tell us that? So it is not about only all about, you know, the creative process, but you do research about it. Serious graphics designers do research. Contrary to the NASA work that we learn, the home thing that we learn, you learned from a friend who just told you how the pencil tool does, how the pen tool does. They didn't tell you much graphics they put into, sorry, much research. That's why you see there is a full course of graphics and you are wondering, what are they learning? Just putting things together. They learn the art of fonts, what is meant by fonts, what is meant by colors, what does this color mean? They learn all this. But yeah, in this course, we are going to summarize that entire thing into what you can just see. Or yes, we are bring you the entire course, summarize it into something small, make you be able to create your own work, putting into considerations how standard graphics designers do their thing. So it involves research, make you think here, inspiration. I want everyone to type in the comment section there, inspiration. You beat your head like this, say your name, Famba. I have to start picking inspirations. Do that for me. I hope you're seeing the screen here. Where is the zoom? I see how you are doing it. Keep beating that head. Say, Famba, please begin, say your name, begin picking inspirations. Please, great graphics designers, pick inspirations. In programming or in this world of creatives, we have a rule that says you can't reinvent a new wheel. That you'll come out of the box, then you bring totally a new style or a new graphic design type or a new what. No, we are following things that have already been put there. We are following standard graphics design that is already there. So if you want to be a great graphics designer, please start picking inspirations. Some of us, me inclusive, were not created to be designers. We were created maybe to be in other fields. So we may not be good at color choosing. Please, would you go online? Now there is even AI has come. Could you maybe prompt ChatGPT? We shall reach that extent where we are going to learn with AI and graphics design. But prompt it, tell it, I have an organization X, it deals with Y, X, Z. What font types should I choose for it? What colors should I choose? It will tell you the colors and the reason as to why it has chosen that color. It will tell you pick blue because blue, simplifies confidentiality. That's why most banks are blue. It will tell you pick red. Red would show emergencies. They will tell you what these colors mean. Not you just choosing a color out of, because you saw someone with their colors. These people have a meaning to these colors. I hope sorry, we were not supposed to go to that page. I hope I'm communicating. I can't see your charts, but I'm going to see them later after explaining this. So please note down this. Be creative, do some research. Like if they give us work, that's why me, if a client gives me work, I tell them I'm not going to produce the work now. You have to give me like a day or two. You see, creatives, you keep on demanding them work. Please give me the work, yet maybe something that you want. Just to start, before you start the design, the process that we take, you have to take much time in research, picking inspirations than the time you take in designing. The common mistakes beginners do the moment they give you the work, boom, you are into the design. You have not researched about it. You have not. So then you are midway the work or you are at the end of the work, then questions start coming in. How am I going to print it? What was the exact size? So all these are within the research. You ask the client, are you going to print this work or it is just for social? So if it's just for social, you know, okay, what design, what social media are you going to put on? So he tells you Instagram. So that when you are designing, you design an Instagram post. You'll design a TikTok post and then the person is going to put it on Instagram. You'll design this and the person wants to advertise on LinkedIn. So all those sizes are within Canva, but it is out of research. So if they are going to print it, are they going to print A4, A3? So all this is out of research. So in the end, if you have done your research, you will have designed the right shape, the right size. Just imagine after designing, laying your work onto the, maybe an Instagram post, and then a client tells you, but you wanted to print it on F4. You have to rearrange this work. Since F4 is larger, you have to think again, what am I going to put in these white spaces? What am I going to do? So research is key before you begin off any design. I hope you are noting down these things because, yeah, you might not get an entire lesson about them. So another thing is brainstorming. We always brainstorm. Thinking and brainstorming might fall under the same category. When you give an agency, all these agencies that do graphics or branding agency, branding firm work, they brainstorm. How are we going to produce this work? Yes, if you have a team and you have a campaign coming on board, brainstorm with them. If you are alone, brainstorm with your own self. How do you want in the end this work to be? If for example, you have a client, brainstorm with them, talk to them, ask them, how do you want it delivered? Ask them the things, talk to them in depth. It will help you in this brainstorming. Clients will be answering a few things. If you have ever worked with me, if you have ever given me work, you know the questions that I ask. And you people are going to teach you these questions, the vivid questions that you always ask clients. Why do we ask them? Is to, because clients annoy a lot. Not annoying, but maybe they don't know what they are doing. Like in the end, after you doing all these things, then they will begin saying, okay, but change this, but do this, but do that. Yes, as you reject them, sometimes you are going to reject clients' needs because they are telling you to design something that violates all the design rules. Client tells you, put that thing here, and then it doesn't fit there. It is violating all the rules. Are you going to just refuse, or you are going to refuse with a reasoning behind, maybe with an explanation behind? If you put that there, the page won't balance, this won't do this. Like you have to convince them as to why you are refusing. Don't just refuse. So brainstorming and then putting all that, the brainstorming, the what, into visuals and ideas. Like you put all that into a single visual. Like if it was a campaign of 20%, 25% discount at our company, let everyone know there is a 20% discount at this company. Use the right methods of portraying that message. You can decide to use a video, you can decide to use, sometimes a client comes and then they want maybe a video without a voiceover. You can tell them, no, maybe a few people don't know about this brand. They need a voiceover for it to tell them. It's us to always tell the client what to need, what to expect, what to do. Sometimes the client, they have this idea, they have this work, but they don't know how to go around with it. Then I'll end with this. I forgot to put them in quotes. Hope you see this. Good design is as little design as possible. Please write that down, mark it down. Yeah, I didn't put the source I got it from, but me and my boss have like at work, like official work, have something that we always say to ourselves, small is good enough. So if something is just good, okay, in simple terms, don't congest your design. If they are talking about a 25% discount, then a client lists for you everything that is at 25% discount. You may not have a graphics that has a list of all these things. Yes, you should emphasize the 25% discount, maybe a few pictures representing what the 25% discount is on. Why people congest the design? Because the client will tell you, for example, if you are designing a school flyer, client will tell you, I want a school there, I want a class there, I want the dormitory there, I want this there. And then literally all these things are not going to go anywhere. But can you advise them well that no, if you just will get a good area view of your school, it will depict like it will say everything in this. Get that right picture, even if it's one, and then get representation is key. Get that one picture. I'm not saying always get one, but get that one picture, then a good title or a good topic about that tells exactly what you want the people to see. So always make your designs as simple as possible. Like at this current gen, we always see simple designs. We shall share these simple designs. Like we are going to go to Google and then Google out, and then you see how these standard companies are doing their designs. Simple designs. And then that design says everything on it. Then there is this person from, where they are doing the design that is that congested, and then they think like putting every information there is that beautiful. Yes, the client gives us the entire information, then we have to make research, brainstorm, think, and we figure out what is the critical information, what is the campaign we are running, and then we portray only the important information onto our Canva or onto our design. So that is graphics design in simple terms. Okay, they were not simple terms, but that's graphics design. Start thinking of graphics design. I see Rutaya Marvin doing something. So start thinking of graphics design that way. Don't every time I give you work, every time you get work from a client, every time you want to start something, first think, first think. If I show you my whiteboard, if I show you my notebook I move with, all the ideas are there. Even running this campaign of teaching you this is there. Sometimes I note them down, talk to the class, talk to the board, talk to my friends that we are within this company, tell them how are we going to do this. So always you might need someone to push you. May I have a team that pushes me when I'm down. Sometimes, we are busy with these things. So this team always pushes me. If I have an idea, I bring it to them, even if they're not going to add that much input, but brainstorming is key. They may tell you in a normal layman's language, maybe this deserves here, this does this. So that's simple in simple terms, graphics designing. Yeah, you'll forgive me for spending much time onto this, but it is one area that we make mistakes on. Boom, you get the client's work, boom, you start designing. In the end, then you have to change things, you have to change numbers, you have to change what. Client tells you, I forgot to bring this, I forgot to bring this. You have already done a design. And then clients think changing something, you'll just, delete it and put another one. Sometimes a single change might need you to alter the entire work. Maybe they wanted you to add something that is even bigger, and then you have to alter things, you have to change the entire design, put that small thing. So before you jump into a design, ask questions. Yeah, I hope I'm clear about that. Let me see how many people are on. 28. Guys, I hope I'm clear about that. Can I have some thumbs up, any comments on? But yeah, that's it. Most times we are making mistakes with that. Can I have started picking inspiration? Yeah, pick inspirations. Let me show you an example of inspiration. Like, you are not going to find any standard design. These designs are the same, just maybe sometimes they differ within other things, but they're the same designs. If they are not the same, they are following the same principles. I'm going to share 3 slides here, like little pieces of work that I will keep giving examples with. They are coming. Yeah, let me share my screen to tell you what we are emphasizing as we go on the next slide. I'll spend much time on to this because I know why I spend much time here. When you get the concepts here, it will be easier for you to do, better graphics design. So you see this graphics design, like this graphics, simple, it says everything. You don't have to look what do they mean. The date is there, personal branding masterclass. Like it is telling you what to do. It is telling you how much to pay. Minus you stressing. By the time a client or a person asks you, what is the graphics about? What does it mean? Just know there is something that is missing. So, yeah, you see this? Same, like the topic, well balanced. We are going to talk about all these things. But what I wanted to share with you is these few graphics from different designers are sharing the same characteristics. So this design is the same as this one. Yes, this one has the title, then these other things with the person this side. This one just inverted the person, put the person this side, then put the graphics this side. Maybe they got the inspiration from the same source, but how they portray their work was different. You see this downer thing? It is the same down thing here. Maybe this person saw, okay, I can put my information at the bottom. Even this person put the information at the bottom. Hope you can see my screen, guys. So that's how things are. Then two, you see this space, the white space, we are going to talk about design principles. It is the same white space here. It is the same white space here. They all leave the white spaces. What am I saying is if you learn the concepts well, you'll design a standard design that passes every rule. So that's it. That's an example showing you that, okay, now I'll go to this page. We are going to cover that in depth. We are going to cover all the things in depth. But I'll go to the next page, this page, why it matters in everyday life. That is supposed to be your answers. So I want to dive deeper into this. I'll share these slides, but you ask yourself, does it matter in everyday life? On an average, every day, like everything that you scroll with, like if you go on your TikTok and keep scrolling, all that you are scrolling, that's graphics designing. By the time that you clicked on the advert that brought you into this camp, that was about graphics designing. Yes, you may not have clicked on the graphics, but the idea of portraying to you the information via video, via graphics, we say graphics is entirely like video, images. So if you clicked on the images or in the video that brought you to this camp, that brought you to this course, it was an idea of graphics designing that was well thought of. So as you have companies, even if you don't have a company and you're a starter, and then if you are going to be working for brands, can you speak to these brands? Ask them what exactly they want. Like, speak into the brand. Don't just design work for you finishing the work. No, design the work for you. Like, be part of the brand. Feel it. Yeah. So in everyday life, it makes the first impression strong. Good design builds professionalism and trust. I'll share some work here that isn't professional. So when you see this, you feel you feel attached to that brand. You feel the professionalism. You trust it. When you see this, safe border thing, that design is also simple. They have told you everything that they do within a single design. They have told you they do safe food, border. They do saving. Like in a single design, it has told you everything, minus being too worded, So find ways of portraying the information that you want minus being too worded. Simplicity nowadays is the way to go. Yeah. So they have their logo here, and then it is just that. Like they have told you what the app does. Minus you reading through a lot, what Jumia, it is doing its 12th anniversary. You wouldn't ask what is the campaign about, like they have told you. They have showed you the price, they have showed you what they are selling. So if you are interested, it will pull you into clicking on it. Then that's like it has attracted a customer, and then there's the way it is building trust with you people. Let me show you something I picked online. About this. So when you purely look at this work, you will obviously, yes, I don't know where they are from, but you will obviously know this is not Jumia work. If you look at how Jumia brands and this branding, is this branding really for Jumia? So that trust is building between you people, between the client and the customer is because of graphics design. That if you find such fonts, like such work, no logos, no what, like they are not using their primary colors, and then there is apply. It is an ad. They picked it on it was Instagram. It was an ad, and people will click, go there, Baba Fere, or like they will be conned. But if you do graphics design that is consistent, it will help you, it will help your clients identify what is right branding and what is wrong. By default, if you see this branding, I'm showing even the power of fonts before we reach at the fonts level. If you look at this branding and the Jumia branding or the brand that you have been seeing with Jumia, you'll obviously know there's something wrong with this. So that's the power of graphics designing. Don't take graphics designing for granted. It is too powerful. This is it. It is influences how people feel and what they choose. So you wouldn't choose such. People that fall in for this will be total. I don't know how, but obviously I don't know what he was doing, but obviously you know this isn't right. So graphics says a lot. It is everywhere from apps to posters. People are creating apps. That's why I want you to think about graphics designing as a bigger thing, not just as you boom designing. Me, I know much about graphics is because I think about it in a way we design our websites, in a way we design our apps, in a way we design our posters that we give to clients. So graphics entirely is big. It's not just you getting the work, starting to design that work. I'll show another example, though it's a good one, it's not a bad one, but just emphasizing the power of graphics designing and being concise, just on point. This one, yes, they might also be Buffets. I picked it still on Instagram. It was an ad saying apply now, but it says everything. It is well balanced. It leaves the like standard white space everywhere. Then do you need a vehicle? Before you know, like you'll first read this entire, your eyes will push you to reading this. Then you read this, then you go through this, then you'll go through this. So that's the power of graphics designing. The colors you choose. We are going to go into all this. We design something small, but I wanted to put much time onto this so that when you go to other classes, you know what you have come to do. You know what we are expecting of you. We are not expecting of you to, design things far. There's a reason as why I gave you to design the fun stake thing. I didn't want to use that work anywhere. Yes, I would use the best work to share on my socials, but I wanted to show you how different we are. Like, yes, you get the same questions, and then you'll see different variants of the same work. You'll see vague work, you'll see beautiful work, you'll see standard work, you'll see unstandard work, you'll see all like different types of work within the same question that was given, same resources that were given. So I'll go to the next slide. No, we can make this engaging. Do you have any questions before I proceed? Do you have any questions before I proceed? Have you gotten something? Do you know why? Do you know now as to why we are here? We have an hour to go. Can I have those questions in case you have any? Yeah, Ken is raising up their hand. Ken, you can ask.
Yes, Mr. Famba. I would like to ask, can you please give us these notes, like you send these notes in the open group so that you can copy them, because we missed the first points and would like to note them out.
Okay, surely, Ken, your request is being answered. Yeah, I'm going to share these slides with you people. Then okay, they were just blatant slides for me to discuss, but I'll share them with you. Then I'll keep doing slides. For example, if For typography, I didn't put it here. We have to cover typography in depth. The fonts that you people are using makes me cry. So we are going to cover typography in depth. I'll share these slides for typography. Every slides that I'll be doing, I'll be sharing them with the group. I'll be sharing a recording at the same time the slides. Any other question? As we go further, keep thinking about your brand. Keep thinking about if a client gives you a brand, what questions do you have to ask them? How do you have to tackle this work? If you have, fellow members within your group, or you have created different groups, I don't know why it decided to take this nav by here. Okay, so I'll continue if we don't have any other questions. Thank you, sir. Okay, we are together. Thank you, sir. We'll be glad for the notes. Thanks, Ken, for the question. Yeah, we'll proceed. Where we are going is important to everyone. I hope by now you have a difference as to why I keep saying NASA work is different from what we have to do. Why is you people do one mistake when you come for these courses, you expect us to boom put you into Canva, tell you design this, design that, a pen does this, a pencil does this, minus you covering these concepts. Then if you do that, you'll do designs that are totally off the standards, that are not following the standards of, Hello guys, can you hear me? Was changing network to my Wi-Fi. Hope you can hear me. Someone confirm by raising a thumbs up if I can continue. There was some network swap. Okay. Yeah, let me share my screen again. Okay, so that's my screen. We are going to go to the design principles. I may not explain them to you well, the way you want to hear them. Oh, it's not sharing. Do you see my screen? Share. I want this. Okay, so we are going to do design principles. And then you begin seeing how you have been doing your work. First, even laugh at yourself. So, design principle number 1. Yeah, there are many. When you do research, I want you to Google design principles. You'll see different design principles, but there are those standard ones that you'll find everywhere. So, if you see me having maybe 5 of them, maybe 8 of them, don't say, the lecturer showed us 5, and then maybe you Googled and they were 10. No, there are those standard ones. One is contrast. Contrast. So contrast is making elements stand out by using different colors, sizes, shapes, blah, blah. Yes, we shall focus more on colors. Contrast. As you are choosing your colors, please, I'm going to show you the right way to choose colors after here. But as you are choosing your colors, can this be readable? Yes, to you it will be a design and you'll be publishing it out. But before you publish out the work, are you straining yourselves to read it? Actually, even here I would use white. Yes, we can read the contrast well, better than this. But if you added another box and we put white or yellow and it was more readable than the 3, I would take the white one. White is a neutral color. So where you are fighting with color matching, you can use white orange. That's why you see most fonts, most text things of companies and what are in whites. In white, yet they have standard colors. Or if the background is in white, then the words are in the company colors. contrast is key to our designs. You saw the comments that I was putting in the group, the people that had shared their work. I could tell them I'm struggling to read this. Yes, you have designed something. It is a standard design. It has followed all the rules, but is it readable? Are you training yourself to read it? When I was designing, learning how to design, I'm still learning. I'm still an amateur because that is not initially my field. But when I was learning much how to design, my mentor could tell me, get like that work, put it on your phone. I still do that up to now before I send the work to the client. So put that work on your phone. Look aside, look at it. Look the other way, look at it. Like when you pop your eyes onto that design, what do you see first? Yes, is what you are seeing first. What is that what you want to see first? Maybe you have put follow me bigger than any other thing. Is that what you want to see first? Is that the message that you want to portray out? What do you see first? How are they? Are you training yourself to read the words? Are you training yourself to read the things? So you put yourself into another person's shoes that is going to be reading the work that you are putting out. So as you are designing, contrast is key. Please note that. Yes, you have companies, you have not chosen colors yet. So as you are choosing company colors, you have not been following this. You find a company X that designer Y came, designed with different color, designer X came, designed with a different color, designer Z came, designed with a different color. We want you by the end of this course to have a what? What is it called? A branding guideline. You have your font as an organization, you have your color. You always wondered as to why these standard organizations share the same graphics design, yet they change the designers. For example, Airtel might hire some graphics firm from 2019 to 2020, then another one from 2020 to 2030. But in between there are two different graphics firms, but they are doing the same work. Why are they doing the same work? They have a branding guideline. They are showing you how to use their logo, how to use their fonts, what color are you supposed to use. So you don't find designer X putting Montserrat, designer Y putting Poppins. That's what we find with different clients. That's why as when I was sharing my work, I showed you my fonts that I use. I told you my colors that I use. I showed you my logos like that. Because when we design for standard companies, they portray all this. Yes, you are learning how to design, but you might not be able to design by your own self. You might be giving your work to different people. As you are giving the work to different people, would you please mind sharing a branding guideline with them? Tell them we don't use that logo here, we use the logo only here, we use like ABC. I'll show you standard companies I've designed for, and what has made them stand out is their branding guideline. I once got a gig at okay, you'll find Rotary Branding Center. So you'll find Rotary giving you a gig, and then you'll be using your own colors and what they are going to trash you day one. So if you get a gig from Rotary, they have a branding center. They have where you have to create your logos from the logo of that organization. Why does it need me to sign in? Because initially we were not signing in. So they tell you how to use their logos. They are telling you everything, how to do them. Maybe they changed, but all this work has been there. Rotary Branding Center. I want this brand center. Why is it? Yeah. So they have a brand center. When you get these works, don't just start off doing the work. When a company or an organization gives you the work, ask them, can I have the previous work that you have been doing? Copy the colors that are in the previous work. Maybe the client doesn't even know the colors, because you ask the client, what are your primary colors? What are your secondary colors? And the client doesn't know. So copy from the previous work. Copy the same color code that the other guy has been using. Be consistent. That even when they find another work onto that same page, you'll find the great work. So this is their branding center. If you want to download logos, We shall go to templates. There's a way we've been picking lottery logos. I will do logos. So they will show you how to create their logos and the standard way of using them. They show you this is a mastered logo, this is this. And then in the end, they are explaining to you how to use this logo. So when to use, how to use it, they explain to you how to use it. You get my point? So before you start designing for any organization, then here you can edit it. I remember editing the logo, but that's it. Like standard organizations have branding guidelines. So by the end of this course, can you have a branding guideline for your organization? Yes, you might not run your entire organization to the end. Yes, you have learned graphics designing, but you may not be the one running the graphics thing for your organization. You might be subrenting any other company to do that for you. Can you give them a branding guideline? When you go to this page, you'll find a beautiful branding guideline, how they use their logos. There was how to create, when you want to create one here, create your own logo with PDF, creating template, see logo mockups. They show you how to use it. They show, so like that. I learned this the hard way because if you are going to design for big organizations and big firms, you will have to know these things. So yes, we're on principles, but I'm tackling other areas because we may not get time to tackle them. But that's it. Contrast and colors. If you are designing a logo, put the contrast thing into play. Know that yes, I'm designing logo X, but maybe in the future, how is it going to be appearing on different backgrounds? That's why you see my logo. There's where I have it with multiple variants showing how it will look on the blue, how it will look on the red, and I know how it will. So as you are designing a logo, put these principles into your head. How will it look onto this? How will it look when it's on the white paper? How will it look when it is on this? So that will help you a lot. Yeah, so for contrast, it is not just a design rule that will help you in designing this pre-designing, but you have to think before even you start designing. How will it, maybe a logo, how will this look? Then two, alignment, the way you align your things. Arrange items in a lineup neatly and they feel organized. These things that you are seeing are aligned. You don't find, for example, here there is featured, now this thing is, for example, here, now this is here. No, they aligned their work. For example, this is a left alignment with a straight line. I hope this thing has a pencil. You see this work is aligned with a straight line here. Yeah? So you align your work. Make sure your work is well arranged. But you have designs, and then this one begins midway. Maybe this begins from the other side. Yes, if it is beautifying the work, okay, there is where we play around with alignments and left align, right align, but left align is sometimes most beautiful for many things. But the point is align your work always. You see this work is aligned this way. This one, they aligned this man this way. We are going to learn as to why you always see this. It is called page balancing. We are going to reach that point where there is balancing, that you have to balance your page. If you have things here, maybe put a picture here, like not leave this page, too lonely. You have to make it balanced, but that's alignment. Always make sure your work is aligned. No one is going to teach you the standard way of aligning, telling you, please use left, please use right. But by the eyes will need to read this work minus juggling the Z pattern. We have patterns of alignment. I didn't add them here, but maybe I'll create notes and share them. So this pattern is not like this is the H pattern. It is not the Z pattern. So the Z pattern, you would read, go this side, go down, go this side, or the sum is F, Z, H, but at least this is the H pattern. You read here, read well, like you read going down well. It is not disorganizing someone's eyes. Just imagine this, we're aligned on the right. So you'd read at it from the right, blah, blah, so it keeps confusing. If you don't know what to use, always use left alignment. Your work will be aligned on the left. You see this work too is aligned. Please, a disclaimer, I don't know these people. I just screenshot their work from the web, so I don't know them. Hope they don't sue us for using their work as examples. But yeah, you see work and it is beautiful graphics work. So that's alignment for us. Hope we are picking something. Then hierarchy, 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 hierarchy. I hope you repeat after me, hierarchy. Hierarchy is the importance of showing through size, color placement, color, repetition, but hierarchy is key. Obviously, when you get your work, you read this first. You read this next, this last, then this last. But so as you are organizing your work, as you are doing your graphics work, what do you want to be read first? You will read this last. Like, what do you want to be read first? If it is a campaign, would you please put that campaign into bold? Would you please showcase to us that campaign very well so that when a person comes, their eyes will, like, even if you resist, your eyes will push to this point. Try to resist, try to look out from your screen, then look back. You read this first. Please try it. Look away from the screen, look back. You read this first. You read this next. Okay, my cursor is not being seen. You read this first, you read this next. Try that. So that's the pattern I was telling you. When you are designing, send that work on your phone, because most people use their phones. Maybe on the laptop, you are seeing the work is beautiful, is big enough. Try to send that work on your phone. Look aside, look back at your phone when that work is opened. See what you see first. Is that what you want to see first? Is that the campaign about? Like, see what you want to see first. Then I'll increase some speed. Repetition. So repeating some things, like most times you say pattern of, people do a pattern in the background, they repeat things. So repeating that keeps the consistency. But for example, I'll give an example of, okay, consistency. You'll find someone on the same Canva, they have 4 different fonts. The titles are taking, for example, Montserrat, subtitle Poppins, another subtitle because they forgot to change and Canva brought with their official subtitle. It is in another font, another subtitle is in another font. So the page is congested with different fonts, different colors. Would you please be consistent on one color? That's why when you are using colors, it is better we use the hash codes that, for example, have your company, have the hash codes for that color. It will help you a lot. Why? If you don't have the hash codes for the company, you'll end up seeing green. This is green. That is not the same green as this. It is not the same green as maybe any other green. So we can't judge by just seeing the green and say, okay, this client's color is green, and then you put green. You'll end up having different variants of green on the same page. Yes, they are all green, but maybe the other one is darker green, the other one is kind of light green. So to be consistent, you have to be consistent in the fonts that you are using. If the company uses 2 fonts, Poppins and Montserrat, use only 2 fonts on that canvas. Say all your headings will take Montserrat, then maybe another thing will take another thing. Don't combine more than 2 fonts. Most times fonts are taken into pairs. So don't take, okay, more than 3. That's why they put 2 to 3 fonts. So don't take more than 3 fonts on the same Canva. But why would you take 3 fonts on the same Canva? Yeah, maybe I can ask questions on that page in case you've not gotten anything. And I hope it is clearing the way you have been designing your things. I'll stop sharing the screen and take questions. Do we have any questions as per these key principles are put? Have you been following them? Any questions? No question. Maureen ticks. Can we have a thumbs up if you say we continue? If no questions, I want thumbs up, show we continue. Yes, sir. Okay, so we are going to continue. Hope you are noting these things down. They impact a lot. You don't see them, but the designers are telling you where to see. They are dragging you to what they want you to see. I'll give an example of all these things within the web that you are seeing. So within this web, this is a designed page. Just because you are not into thingy, into what? into web designing, you might not know the importance, but this is a web. They obviously want you to search. That's why they have put the search to appear bigger. That's the hierarchy. You wouldn't find them putting the search up. You find people in Uganda making different websites, and then the search is fixed somewhere. There's a reason as to why you want people to search or you want people to do this. I'll take you to Gmail. I'll take you to Google Photos. I know why I want you to take you there. I want you to show you the power of hierarchy and all the things that we are talking about. That I want Google Photos. That yes, what we are learning is not only appearing onto your graphics design that you are thinking of how will that even help me. I'll use this company that so it opened, but I didn't want it to open it. There's the way I wanted it to appear. Guys, I'll go to manage storage cutting. So when they put, for example, on this page, okay, the way they arrange their work. For example, if your space expired, the way they show you how, for example, they will show you renew. Renew will be bigger than any other thing. Okay, Canva. If you are signing up, the try a free version will be bigger. Even people will fail to sign up. They will tell you, I've failed to sign up. Every time they are showing me, please like subscribe to our paid version, because they want you to subscribe to their paid version. But it doesn't mean they don't have the unpaid version or the way for you to go into their paid version. No, the paid version is what they want you to do, so they put it bigger, and then they put a X at the up if you don't want to subscribe, or a cancel down, but it will be even faint in a faint button or just a link, because they don't want you to see that. They want you to tap into their paid version first. So as you are designing things, keep that into mind. Yeah, I'll share my screen again. Oh, you people were sharing the screen explaining the other thing, and you were not seeing the screen. Sorry for that. But yeah, we go to other design principles. So the design principles is proximity. I hope the person that is designing their ideas is in here. So proximity is grouping related items to show a connection. So you are designing an ID, you are designing a business card. For God's sake, you put here the name. For example, these things fall under the same category: a phone number, email, maybe location, what. So you put the email here. You put the phone number up here. You get my point, proximity. So if you are doing things, group this related data within the same group so that people can read it. It is not by chance that when you are signing in for Google, all the related information is in the same lane. That's why sometimes you see on the Google Forms they show you, for example, personal info. They put all the personal info close together. Maybe this info, they put all that info close together. Work related info, they put all that info close together. They are following this thing of proximity. It is communicating to the human brain. White space, white space, white space. Most people are designing and then their shapes, their thing goes to the end. Like you don't leave breathing space. So white space helps us to improve on the focus, to reduce clutter and improve focus. Like it helps someone focus. There's a way you read when things have white spaces around them. But let me share. Guys, what do I want to share? I'll share our work. You see this work? It has a white space here. They have not put the work to the end. They have left some space. Even these spaces in between are white spaces. These spaces are white spaces. Yes, just imagine you had pulled this closer here, pull this closer here. It would make the work cluttered. So to avoid that your work being cluttered, you leave some white spaces and then to make your work visually look beautiful. You see this person? They left white space here. They left space in between your objects. And then when you look close, this space is the same as this space, is the same as this space, same as this space. You can leave a standard space in between your objects. But white space is key. Yes, you might say this person didn't leave a white space at the end here because it is not needed. It is it is not like information that we are missing out the information. We have the hand, we know, okay, this is a hand. But if it was information and then the M is eaten within this space, maybe within printing, the printer cropped up some, gap. Maybe a person is using a phone with a curve and this has went into a curve. So you have to put all this into your mind. If you are designing something, leave some white space there onto your work. Like white space may not be on the boundary space, but the spaces in between to keep your work neat and readable. Okay, says, yeah, elements grab more attention and significant, like the larger elements. So you'll see this element first. You see this, you see this, you see this. It's like a pattern, but they're showing you how the human eye and brain will perceive this work. So the human eye will see this first. Even if you resist, you look the other side, look again at the Canva, it will see this. So as you are designing, as you are drawing your shapes onto the board, know what shape you want to be seen first, know how the human brain perceives these shapes like that. Any other thing is repetition and consistency. I think we did this. Yeah, I forgot to change this when I was editing. Please, I'll change before I share this work. It is not repetition and consistency, it is font typography. So different typographies say a lot. Typography, we are going to have an entire lecture on typography, inshallah. I don't want to tackle it because it is a big topic. So we won't tackle much typography, but font choice and usage affects tone and readability. It affects the readability. So just imagine here you have put calligraphy. Would it be readable? Then sometimes a font is attached to a company. If you see Coca-Cola, if you see Pampa, these fonts, you attach them to a company. If you see this, if you see Instagram fonts, so if you see this, you'll just know the company that is the font is attached to. If you see Ford, you'll just know the company that the font is attached to. So typography is key as you are choosing them for your brand, for your logos, for anything that you will be doing. Typography or font choice is key. Yeah. Canva. So those are the design principles. We are going to go into Canva, but before we go into Canva, are we at par? Do we have any questions? Because after there we shall deeply go into Canva, and then now on we shall be covering Canva and a few things within here and there. So are we all at this page? Are we getting something? Is it improving on our design even before we go further? Is there a difference between the work you were doing and the work you'll be doing now on? Can I have some answers, like 1 or 2 to confirm I'm with you people? Raise your hand, unmute, say something, then we can go to another thing. Okay, as you can see some thumbs up. Anyone with a question or anything before you go further? Those design principles, mark them, put them into your mind, never forget them. As you are designing, as you are drawing your artwork onto the paper, onto the Canva, put that into your thingy. This is very insightful and very sure my work will be much better after this course. Thank you, please. Thank you for that. Questions or what? Zuleika, more about hierarchy. Explanation. Thanks. Okay, it's hierarchy. I'm going to explain more about hierarchy. Any other person? Okay, hierarchy. There are no questions. Hierarchy is the way we hear hierarchy, how we arrange our work hierarchically, like how work follows each other. So, hierarchy, what thing was in hierarchy? I'll go back to hierarchy. So hierarchy can be even within shapes or what, but more about hierarchy is what do you want to be read first, followed by what and by what. Uh, let me do this. Okay. I want to share at the bottom here. I don't know why my touch bar isn't coming. I first end the slideshow, then hierarchy. For example, if I'm giving a live example on this font, his hierarchy may not be in arrangement, how you arrange your work, but what do you want to be read first? So his hierarchy was, he wants you to see this person, to see this work, to see this as the title or what, or then followed by this. Like the human eyes will direct you, the human brain will tell you what to read first, what to read next. So that's hierarchy indirectly. How do you want your work to be? Uh, H. So headers hierarchy. It shows you how the headings will be read in what hierarchy. So it will show you level 1. So within the works that we do, we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. I'll give these examples because they are common that you have been using them within your work, within maybe Microsoft. But this shows you how to arrange your work. So it will show you work within heading 1, or things that you want to be read first should be in higher level fonts, should be, in bold fonts. Maybe if you want to understand hierarchy in the font world, in the design world, it should be in bold fonts. The font choice should be key. It should be in readable fonts. It should be in maybe beautiful colors. It should be in those colors that makes them to be highly readable than the other. So it is you to direct your viewer. Where do you want them to go? How do you want them to read your work? So that's hierarchy. The hierarchy may not be in how you arrange the work, but in how you want them to read that work. So the hierarchy in this would be, this person wanted us to read this first. Even if you resist, your eyes will go here, will come here next, then we'll read the contacts at the bottom. No eyes will go to this, then they will look for the, please try it and prove me wrong. You read this first, you read this next, you'll see this last. So that's the hierarchy. Even if you had put this font up here, still you would read this bigger font before you read this. So that's the hierarchy, how you arrange your work, how do you want it to be perceived. So by default, the human brain will perceive it that way. Because when we are designing, we are tapping into human brain, we are driving them into liking our brand, into getting attached to our brand. So as we are designing, we put all these into consideration. How do they perceive our brand? That's why colors have meanings. If you see blue, if you see this, how are they perceiving that brand and that color? We shall see color meanings and what, we shall see different fonts where they are used, but that's it. Those are few of the principles. We shall see those things in the later course, like in the later lecture, but that's it. Hope I answered you, Zuleika, about hierarchy. Is how you want your work to be perceived, to be seen. And now I get the reason why before using YouTube to learn needs to get a teacher first. Thanks for those things. Yeah, other platforms, a person will just teach you. Like you'll jump into the lecture, then they are showing you this is how to do this. This is how to put this font bigger. And then you don't know why they have put even the font bigger. You don't know why they have done that. Hierarchy is a bigger thing that is in your web apps, it is in your mobile applications. What do you want to see first? For example, if you open your commonly used app, open Safe Border, you will see where there is, let me open my Safe Border now. Open Safe Border. As they are designing these apps, they are putting into consideration these design principles. An app, yes, it is programmed, but the people that design it are normal designers like us. So when you go to Safe Border, what it wants you to see first is those other things. You are not seeing maybe like you are seeing order safe car, order safe border. Obviously, you won't be looking, as long as you make an app, and people are looking for where the features are. You have something that is wrong. You have something that is not figured out yet well. So when you see this app, you obviously see safe order, safe border. You'll click there. You get my point? And when you look at their app, the two, like for example, order safe car and safe border that are their main purposes, you'll see they have bigger boxes than pay bill, than deliver package and airtime and bundles. Yes, there are other products, but their main product is the border. That's why they have to make it bigger. Not that they don't have other resources, but they know they want to direct your eyes to go where they want you to go. You obviously click on these links, click on these things, sometimes not because you want much there, but because they have pulled you to look there. They have directed you where to look, where to see. How do you see it? Like, are you going to see first? What are you going to see last? Yeah, we are going to continue. Hope I answered everyone well. We have people that are within lunch break, so they wouldn't want to go back for lunch and miss important things. Yeah, I'll share my screen and we finish up these slides, and then we do a simple practical, show you practically these things, then we call it a day. Oh, I'll do this. I hope you people don't take this work for granted because they don't teach it anywhere. Yeah, so what is Canva? Actually, this is your question. I'm not going to answer Canva like in a normal way. Canva is a free design tool for creating graphics. No, we all know Canva. And I want to demystify this, that people that were signing up for this course thought we were coming to learn Canva. So people were biased. I want to learn Photoshop. I want to learn this. I told them, or we tell people, or you can tell your friends there, please, this is not just a Canva course. It is helping you. For example, what we have learned, you can apply it in web development. There's so many web tech companies. You can apply it in app development. You can apply it anywhere. You can apply it in normal advert making. What do you want to see first? If you are making a blog, if you are making an advert, a simple advert, what do you want people to see first? That's why most people, you see establishment shots as aerial shots to show their places, to show what. That's why most people want drone shots. It's not by mistake. They want to show you from their building. They want to show you, maybe you have this a bigger building, maybe we have this. They want to show you that way. So you apply these skills not only in graphics designing but in entire branding. That's why I told you, when you come into this course, come for branding, not Canva. Canva will just be a tool that will help us reach there. So about Canva, I may not describe it. I'm not here much into thingy, but it is an online tool for creating graphics, posters, presentations, social media posters, and much more. It creates anything that you want. It creates videos. So even if you don't have design experience, it will help you. Yes, but I think this is wrong. Yes, I put it because that's their official term as what Canva means, but if you want to do good graphics, you need to have graphics knowledge. So it will help you design better graphics with all the principles in mind. Sometimes you might find a template here that didn't follow those rules. Yes, it passed, but it didn't follow the rules. So as you're designing, you need to have your own thinking. You need to know, before you choose a template, you will know, okay, if I'm to choose a template, I'll choose it because of Y, X, Z. Because it is a campaign template, but my campaign focuses on this area and this template shows that area well. Not you just coming on the Canva and then you see any template, then because you are excited, you choose the template far. No, as you choose the template, can you put the design principles into your mind before you even choose a template? So we shall see Canva. I'm going to go practical now, opening Canva. But before I go into Canva, I'm going to ask a few questions. 2 questions. 1. Okay, any questions? Because if you don't have any questions, we go into the practical bit that will not leave you the same. I want, after today's lecture, that even if you don't come for other lectures, you've went with something that is priceless, that can help you design anything that you want. I don't know. I want to zoom. I'll first stop sharing. Any questions, guys? I'm late, Papa. You are not late, but hope you wait. Like by the time you reach, you gain something. I'll share these slides. I'll share recording. Would you share a screen? We take a what? Can you also open Canva? Yes, that's why I paused there. I want everyone that has Canva with them, please open Canva. If you don't have the Canva, please do this. If you don't have the Canva with you and it is on a phone, hope you carried your notebook and you were noting down these things. I'm going to take you through some important thing that I wouldn't want anyone to miss. Any questions? We are going to cover basically the free Canva. Nja kuba omuntu awoza twagala pro Canva. Anyway, jokes, but yeah, don't first opt for the pro Canva. As I've told you, you'll use this in the right time. You'll use this in the right time. You are scaring my kids. You keep, doing the pro Canva and then you are scaring other people. Even if you use the pro Canva and you don't have the design principles, you don't know these things, you'll end up messing. You'll end up getting the pro version for nothing. You'll get a gig and then, yeah, okay, let me share the screen and we begin off Canva practicals. I hope we don't have any questions around. I'll end the slide share. Thanks for coming. We covered a lot today. You may not see it as a lot, but we covered a lot today. That's the only thing that was missing. Most people are good designers already here, but what was missing within your work is that. So I want everyone just to confirm that you can see my screen. Just confirm. Just confirm you can see the screen. I want to see some thumbs up. Okay, Kevin says they can see it. Yeah, so I'll mute this. Okay, if people are seeing my page. So as we said, I won't deviate a lot from what we said. I told people, okay, we are going to design something simple. Just this simple thing will cover all our few questions that we have like within us. One, hope everyone has a Canva account. If you don't have one, in your Google, type in Canva. If you have the one for the phone, you go to your Play Store or App Store and type in Canva. Canva. This is its symbol. You might find maybe other tools, but this is its symbol. Then you click on the first link. There is a lot of work I've designed with the Canva, just that some clients banyiga tebagala nsharinge waka waabwe, so I won't share people's works, but all this work has been done with Canva. Some is paid work with Canva and a free tool. So a person misleading people that you need the other, yes, you will need it, but not now. So to be on the same page, on a level grounds, so this is what I was talking about, hierarchy. When you see hierarchy thing, is they want us to see this first because it is the main aim. So a person will be stuck here not seeing the Katry one because they have not given it color, they have not given it maybe a good font. They don't want to see you to see the trial version first. They want you to see this because they want you to click into it and try their pro version. We are saying we are not trying anything. We are closing. They've put like a small X, they have not made this bold. They are leading us. Someone called me and they were like, you see, I've signed up for Canva, but I can't see anywhere where there is free. They are always telling me to try the pro version, and then after that, they're prompting me to enter my ATM, credentials. What can I do? Close it or put the other one. I prefer this. So hope we are on the same level. I don't have any design here. You might say the guy cheated us. No, I don't have any design here. We are on the same level. I wanted us to be on leveled grounds. So keynotes and take homes. We said, I'll do this. keynotes and take homes, we agreed, we said that before we begin our designs, we have to make research. So research involves these things up here. What do these people want? What does the client want? What campaign do I want to run for my organization maybe? What will it require? So if it's a video, you'll choose video. So you'll see templates that are of videos here. If it is about social media, you'll click social media and you'll see templates that are of social media here. If you are not sure, the questions you ask a client is where you get the answers. What are you going to use the design for? The client tells you, I'm going to do it for Instagram. So you do Instagram post. Someone inboxed me asking me, how is an how does the next thing look like? Because the other client, the guy that was telling you, I want someone to design for me an X poster. So as you were asking me how does an X poster look like, you go here and you do X poster or post or flyer. They'll bring you the size of the X post. You see, this is how the X posts be. This is their size. So you don't have to suffer. But this is vis-a-vis the questions that you ask yourself before you start, the research that we do before we start. What is killing us, what is killing this generation is why people are not opting for you NASA people is because someone asks you, I want for you to design for me maybe a birthday flyer. You look into your old work, you just copy and paste there, boom, you share with them that work. It had mistakes, it had spelling errors, it had. So be critical, do research, ask questions, spend much time in the research than the time you spend in doing the design. Then another thing I'll emphasize on, okay, so I'll come here, do always custom design. For example, someone we on the call the other time and they were asking how like the size of how they can change the size of their page if they are on a free version. So if you're on a free version, you have to know the size before because you don't have right to change it when you already started the work. So if you want, for example, 250, I'm just imagining pixels by 400, say create new. So if you know your design says that you won't be limited. Create it before you start the design. Create it before you start the design. But we won't create a custom one. But that is a question to a person that was wondering, if you want a particular design size, how do I make it? So the questions that we ask on the clients are those. Sometimes, are you going to print this work or you just using it for social? If they're just going to use it for social, go to social and then they know what social media are they going to use it on most. If they want for TikTok, TikTok will show you its pages, TikTok. The one for TikTok is around, but it is showing you Facebook cover, TikTok video, YouTube podcast thing. Like it has all these social media sizes, blank ones, and then it has ones that have, templates within. Then the people that are saying, village life is better than town life, pro version is better than not pro version. You people, if you are creative, you can get the same output of the work. For example, this is a pro version, but it has almost the same things as this free one. Get a free one, customize it with your IQ and the things we have learned, it will become a pro one. Even these people that are giving you pro version is because they build them from zero, they customize them a little bit different, then they make it a pro version and sell it to you. So yes, all these free templates, you'll find this, the way it plays. Oh, we clicked it, it's okay. But the way this plays, you'll find it might be the same way the other pro version will be playing. Giving you the typos and what, you'll find it will be the same version this pro thing was playing. And then it is showing you pro version. So I would encourage you, use the free version. It will give you that creative bit. Everything that it defeats you to make with the free version, with a pro version, you'll make sure you have it in a free version. So you'll be more creative. But we are going to design something that is simple. I want you to design birthday flyer. You always tell us, most of the women, please, I have my birthday, please design for me a flyer for free. Now on, you have to be designing your birthday flyers. So I'll go to Pinterest. Oh, pick inspiration anywhere. Don't be locked with Pinterest only. Before I learned about Pinterest, I could put bestie birthday flyers. So before I knew Pinterest, I could just do that, go under images, and then peruse through and get the better thing or get something that I want most. But we are going to design a simple graphic. I'll go to Pinterest, but I'm showing you that you can pick it from anywhere. So this one is from Free Pick. I remember sharing that on TikTok. This one is from this. Like other platforms that are providing these templates, that are providing this work. This one is from PSD Design. So you can pick your inspiration from anywhere. Don't be strict on, like, I have to be picking the inspiration from on the, for example, the platform that I told you, Pinterest. No, pick your inspiration from anywhere. But I prefer Pinterest because most work that is here is unique. It's mostly from Nigeria, the work that is here. And then Nigerians do good work. If you want to do graphics for your church, Nigerians do nice graphics. Like they have many churches. They have do nice graphics work for churches. So before you start anything, pick an inspiration. You are designing an ID. Come here, pick an inspiration of IDs. Say, okay, if I want my person to be full, I'll choose this ID. But there's those common characteristics of an ID. And then two, it doesn't mean you have to follow the exact way that ID is. No, you can say, okay, in design A, I like this. In design B, I like the way their names is put. So you use this for design A, then the naming, you use it from design B or design C. Usually why my work is that unique, I usually combine more than one type of, one what? I usually combine more than one design into one. I pick like three of, I spend much time searching the design than the time I spend designing. So that's the power of research. Spend much time doing the research than when you click on the ID, they will show you different IDs further down there. If it's a business card, they will show you different business cards at the bottom. So pick one design, go at the bottom, see how they do their work. And when you look at this work, since it is standard, you will see it is sharing the same characteristics. You will see color choice. You have not seen here any blunt color, the colors people were choosing. Someone chooses a blue that is blue, like, you see the colors, the way they choose. So I'll give you a platform where to choose your colors from. If you are unsure, if the client doesn't have a color, you come onto online and then put in color palette. Well, you can add in for your organization, maybe for banks, for this, for that, but I won't put anything. I will do just color palettes. There's some site I see good colors from. So you see these colors. You choose a combination and it gives you the H, numbers, the hash numbers. We are going to learn how to add these hash numbers into our work. You have not found here that much green that shouts, that green that is funny. Do you get my point? Are we all together? You see, different color palettes. So if you are unsure, the client doesn't know what their colors are. If you have not used AI, we are going to learn how to get these colors with AI. Talk to the AI. Don't only use it for copying exams. Tell it, I have this organization X, but I want its color palette. So it will give you the color palette, and the reason is as to why it has given you those colors. Yeah, that's it. So that's how we choose colors. You'll never go wrong if you have gotten colors within this color palette because they have chosen colors that match. Yes, if you're a good designer and then the colors, you may say, I'll pick two colors from here, then I'll pick another color from maybe another color palette. As long as they don't crash, they don't collide. When you see these colors, you can use it on the same document and that document won't be colliding, won't be fighting. So always find the ways to choose best colors. Have you seen here any shouting color? Any color that is disturbing your eyes, apart from this? And it is also toned down. Nemulonda chibulwe, ngolaba bulu oliya. nolonda chi green nayenga green yawo. So please choose from the best color palettes that are already organized for you. Here they are organizing for you colors that work together. So if you want dark mode colors, they will show you colors that blend well in dark modes. If you want light mode colors, they will show you colors that blend well in light modes. If you want warm colors, they will show you colors that blend well in warm colors. Why this is key, maybe you know what you are designing for the client. Maybe the client wants, colors for kids. So you choose like where there is kids, you'll see colors that blend well with kids. I'll show you a website that I designed for kids. UK thing, babayita batya? This one, but you'll see how I blended my colors. No, not term. etc. That was my term, etc. homes. So the client came, they don't know what, they just said you design for me. So you ask them questions. Do you see how these colors are blending in with the organization of, taking care of the kids? What you won't find my websites looking the same, looking black and white, because I tap into the person, know what they want exactly. It is an international company. That's why I use even international photos. But you see the colors. The colors say a lot. The colors say a lot. Yeah. So before you design, go there, choose the best color palette. You see the color palette I chose, then blend it well with your work. I hope we are together, because colors is giving people most difficult time. Or stop sharing and ask any questions if we are together. Yes, we do. See your screen. Yes, team. Any questions before we proceed? Were you seeing my screen? Any questions about colors? If you don't know what colors you have to use for your organization, use AI. We are going to cover AI in between there, but for now, you can ask AI. I'm a tech company. What colors should I be using? Use the AI. Any questions? Are we still together? I want thumbs up, show we are still together. Maybe I broke up and I don't know, I kept talking to myself. I want some thumbs up, show we are still together. Okay, we don't have questions yet, right? Have you learned how to improve on your design somehow? Yes, we are going to tackle Canva, but we are going to see more of the practical bit. Let's first see this theory. Because if I teach you how to get the colors in Canva, I'll just teach you. You go here, you choose a color. You won't know the hard efforts of how do we search for colors? How do we get them to this page? SNK says, appreciate you into, thank you. Okay, is more in ticks and other people are ticking. Yeah, so color picking is key. Inspiration is key. Do much time on the research than the time you do on the designing. I repeat, do much time on the research than the time you spend on designing. So just imagine you have your font ready, you have your colors ready, you have the pictures you are choose ready, because even finding pictures is part of researching. So you have the pictures ready. For God's sake, what else do you want? You'll see designing will be simple, but if you begin designing before even finding the pictures, you'll be midway the design and then you are finding pictures, you are searching for them. So these are the questions we ask the clients. This is how we charge. We ask the client, do you have pictures already? Do we have to take our own pictures? Do we have to come on board and take our own pictures? Do we have so that when you are charging, maybe this client wants to take their real pictures, they don't want to use online pictures. So you charge them inclusive of the charge for taking pictures. As you are invoicing them, you tell them we shall charge you extra 100K for picture taking, extra maybe 20K for this. Are we together? Okay, yeah, we are going to go into Canva, but I wanted to cover these things before we dive into Canva. Canva is a simple thing. It is like your Microsoft Word, but these other things are the things that are making you not do good work because you don't know where to start. So I'll share my screen again after confirming you're on the same page. Yeah, participants can now see your screen. So yeah, this is one area we can do research with. So it is telling us, so we are saying we are going to do a birthday, okay, flyer. You see how unique this work is. It is not Ugandan work. Yes, some is Ugandan work, but you find a difference. You can connect with it. You feel it. You'll design something and people will even ask you where you got it. Like, it will be unique work. Don't edit pre-templates that are within Canva. Yes, you can do that, but even if you are choosing a template, make sure you choose some template that is kind of unique, that is kind of more beautiful than what we expect of you. Yeah, purely that's it. We can choose any at random, but I'm showing you how to pick inspirations. Do you see the color on the entire thing? The colors that were chosen. I have problems with NASA colors and Ugandan colors. Tone it down. Let it have a feel. You see how the colors were chosen. You see the entire work and then you don't see any funny colors. You see that beautiful color. Like, you connect with the art that you are designing. Someone connects with it. This work was from Canva because this kind of thing is only from Canva. With that, I'll choose a simple one because we are not here to learn to design perfectly. We are here to, I'll choose this. We shall copy this image. Copy image. Now let's first open it. We shall do this simple one. I know why I'm choosing a simple one. You're not much into designing. Copy image. We shall paste it into our Canva. So there we wanted to design a birthday flyer. So most birthday flyers, you can put it on an Instagram post because people will share it on Instagram. Or so I'll do Instagram. Kabea wekate unga katini. Shall choose this. We've chosen a blank page. I don't see anywhere where we are using a pro version. So we shall duplicate it. This is how we duplicate. The main purpose as to why we are here is one, to learn tools within. Yes, we may not design the entire thing to the end, but we are learning tools that are within here. Just a few tools. So when you want to duplicate your page, you click into it, you see up here, there is duplicate, or there is Control D. In Windows, Control D. In Mac, we use Command D. But duplicate is here. Always duplicate your work. For example, if you've copied from a template, let the template be here. Let your work that you are designing be at the bottom. Why? Maybe you might do the changes on the board. When you send a client, you send them this copy. They say, make the changes, you duplicate it, you do the changes, so that it will be easier for you to revert to the previous changes. Just imagine we are imagining here there is work that we have sent to a client. Client has made us repeat. Then after the changes you made were more worse. They told you go back to the previous design. Then you come back, then you redesign the previous design that you had already designed. So keep that in mind. As you are sharing your work, you leave a copy here. As you are doing changes to your work, you do a master copy again. You duplicate your work. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't limit, even if you do 100 copies. So we shall paste here our thingy that we have copied, our image that we want. That's one way of uploading images. Another way is download this image. We are thinking you have images on your computer already. So we shall download this. Let it be on our computer. I'll download another one. This person picked inspiration from here. You see, they are the same designs almost. They are the same, just on a Yongram artwork. When you get this design and put it online into Google Lens, I'll do this, paste. Okay, so we shall put that design into Google Lens and you'll see how many people have used almost the same design, but they've maybe done a little changes here and there. We shall do this and say save image. That's how we download work from our Pinterest. So here we are learning how to download work, how to use it into Canva. So we download this work. So say save as, you name it the way you want, you say save, it downloads into your images. Yeah, it is within my downloads. Then I'll drag it. You see where here where there is upload. So I'll drag the work from your downloads, can drag it. Method 1, can drag it direct to the Canva. For it, it will go to the upload sector. It will upload. You see it has uploaded the second one. But we shall delete it because we don't want it. Or method 2, you come here, you say upload files. So it navigates you to where the files are. You click downloads. Yes, you are using Windows. You might see a different output, but that's it. You go to Windows or desktop, you navigate to where your work is. If you are using a phone, the same thing. You click where there is a upload, so it takes you to your files within the phone, and then you open where the picture is, you click open. So it will upload it. It has uploaded it. Here we are learning many lessons at the same time. Hope you are picking. Don't want to leave anyone behind. I'll first stop sharing the screen and see if we are at par with everyone. Are we at par? Are we together? I want thumbs up, show we are together. Someone is asking, can I ask something? Yes, please ask. Always interject, because I'm not seeing always the questions. So always interject and ask anything that you want. So people are saying we are together. Script wanted to ask, please ask before you share the screen again. Script, ask something you wanted. Ask. Okay. Why people mute you is because you're making my work difficult to navigate in between muting you and doing what. That's why I put off the privilege of you unmuting yourselves. So you can unmute.
Okay, I was asking,
Yes, please.
in the Pinterest designs, are they editable in Canva, or just you download pictures and just like that? Are they editable, like you see the templates that are in the Canva that you can remove and do all that? Is it the same way with Pinterest or something? Or is there a website like that?
Okay, I'll answer that. Any other question before I leave this? Okay, we are out of time. I don't always want to overrun. We shall do this. I'll answer his question. Pinterest, we are there to pick an inspiration. It is not editable. Pinterest, we are there to pick inspirations. Like you go there, see the design that looks good for you, use that design. So we are there purely to pick inspiration, so they are not editable. If you want to edit, Canva templates are only edited within Canva. But if you know Photoshop and other things, you can get inspirations and from sites that you can get editable work. Let me give you an example, because in here we have people that are not just designers, but do also Photoshop and other things. I'll share my screen again. Sorry for the time. We are going to do more 10 minutes. Mtemu mangu mangu. You cover, then tomorrow we shall cover more practicals instead. So here is one. For example, when we were picking the birthday wish flyers, many sites came. So the few sites that come show you if they are editable or not. But there is one site that has editable things, but not also in Canva. This one, I've ever shared this. So for it, you can, if you know Photoshop or Illustrator or those other designs, you can use it, but not a Canva one. So for example, you like this template, you do this, you click into that template. Then as you are downloading here, it shows you PSD. PSD is Photoshop. PSD is Photoshop. So it shows you the PSD format, so you can download it and edit it in Photoshop. We shall do those things when we study Photoshop. Yeah, but sometimes we just be here, pick an inspiration, see how something was designed, copy from it, or copy a leaf or one thing or two from it, use it in your own design. Much Canva I'm going to teach is designing from zero, not editing templates. Editing templates will be simple when you already know what template to use, how to edit a few things. You'll choose a template and the client will challenge you to change something and you don't know how to change it. So we teach you from zero so that even if you choose templates, you can fully customize them to look at like your own work. You know why most work that is designed within Canva is noticed always? Is because people see these templates and know them. You don't want to be laughed at always when you share with a client and a client already knows you just edited a template from Canva. Always try to create unique work unless ngakale chiganyi. Yeah. So this one gets that. Or two, you can always Google. H2 research. So you can always like Google free templates for flyers, Illustrator, for example. In case you want Illustrator ones only, so they will be here, downloadable ones. Here they will be, even this site always has downloadable After Effects flyers. So for example, you come here and then you do this, you see Illustrator After Effects, Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator AI. Then the fonts they've used, they share with you the fonts, the what, but you can redesign this same work with your own without needing to to download an editable one. But yeah, that's it. You can always Google. For example, if you want templates from, actually this site gives you Illustrator, gives you vectors, gives you Photoshop. So in case you want Photoshop or Illustrator, you know where to get them. Yeah, this one is for Photoshop, but you can design this with Canva. You can design this with Canva. Hope I answered you. We shall go back to our design. Misinde, we are going to hurry, Katini. Always don't forget to rename your work. How we rename our work is you come up here, you put in your cursor, and then you name it. Birthday, lesson 1. So you name it the name of what you want. We are covering just basics within this. So another thing is design thinking. So design thinking, so when you look at something, how do you design? Like, how do you think as a designer? Don't just look at it the way you are looking at it. No, begin thinking. So this will be my heading. This will be my paragraph. Yeah, like the way you name things should be in a designer format. So this will be my picture or my sidebar, or depending on what you are doing. This will be this and that. This will be that and this. And then other factors constant we put into play. When we reach fonts, we shall know where to use what fonts. For example, if you are doing birthdays, we should use playful fonts. So maybe this flyer misses a playful font. If that's why you always see birthday flyers, let us come to designs here and put birthday. You'll see they will have playful fonts. So as you are designing the rules of designs, tozile kama vega. You see these fonts because of they are birthday flyers. You see how birthday flyers are written: birthday, 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 happy birthday. Like these rules help us a lot not to design work and yao. So the fonts you use, why you see almost every graphics that you see with birthday, you'll see them with playful fonts. So before you design, use playful fonts that are good. Maybe this design you may not use playful fonts throughout, but maybe wish you can write it in a calligraphy format, then happy birthday and leave it like that. And not 100% that the designs we are copying from are, from wizards. No, they are from the same people like you. Now oiga wiz chintu no take ku Pinterest. Yeah, there are seniors there because a few juniors will put their work there. But that's it. When you cover fonts, you'll know when to use what font. So you see, birthday things have playful fonts. So we are going to cover this. This has elements it has this picture. I don't have a picture, so we shall come to our elements. So I'll show you other sites where we get free pictures from. Now you see, now you need a pro version to get those pictures. No, you can come through, see through all photos, then choose one. Yes, mulimu ebyobwerere bingi. Even if you fail to get them here, I'm going to show you a site where we get free what? Bachita? Copyrighted images. I always get them there since I use Canva that is not open. So I always get my pictures there, then just drop them. This looks like a birthday thingy. Might use this. I want someone that is standing so that it mimics exactly what we are seeing. Yes, most pictures here, you see their pro version, but it doesn't stop us from designing our work. What we'll do, I'll do this. Not to disturb you, you always use frames. For example, come where you see elements. Within here, any element that you think of is there. For example, what we want a frame. A frame to put that picture. Frames will help us a lot. You'll see how frames will help. You'll help in repositioning this picture. So you want this square frame, you put that. You put it like this. You make it be the way the other frame was. Though we chose the wrong thing, size bit of things, but we shall learn from this. We are not going to choose another font. Another what? So the picture you do, I did bring my mouse. Yeah. You are wishing this person a birthday. When you want to resize this picture or do anything about it, you double click into it, then you can reposition only the picture. Maybe you want from there or you want there, but maybe we want her in the middle. You see those other frames that are being put. So it shows you where your picture will end. Then always log. So we're going to put this curve gradient. I chose this because in the last lecture where we had Benjamin, someone wanted a gradient that can even change color. So we're going to put this curve gradient. So after putting our picture, you see after putting our picture, we are going to lock it. Because if you don't lock it, it will disturb you as a junior. So we shall lock it. We shall click on it, then click on the padlock. There, after locking it, even if you click in it, it won't move. So we are going to put our gradient and then this name like that. The other things are simple. You are going to do them yourself. So you come to your picture, come to elements, anything that you want. So thinking is key to help you get these things. So what you want is a gradient. So when you are searching, search for gradient. Don't see. Yes, Benjamin, search for you shadows, but me, I'll say we search for a what? Gradient. Then people will be like, you see, most gradients were pro. This one is free. This one is pro. These are pro. This one is free. There will be 1,000 free. This one is free. This one is pro. This one is pro. But the free one can work as a pro. Would you please look within what works like how you want it, than you quest pro. You need the pro version later. So I'll choose this for example. I'll put it here. I'll reshape it to that. Then maybe I can resize it. You can even, recopy it and paste it. You can say mukatini. You can do anything that you want. Then when you want to change any colors of things, you click on the shape, then you come to colors, then you give it a color. So their color was the orange. So we shall choose a brown because it is what we want. But there are still more gradients that are highly customizable. You see, even the shadows came within, but there was some gradient I saw. Yes, most are pro versions. We're okay with it. Within that, are there free versions? This one is free and it can change the color. This one is free. Maybe you want the gradient to move and then, change this color to that, change this color to this still. We shall not use that one. But there are many gradients that are free. So tewesiba kucha pro. Funayo ekiri free, utilize it because sometimes they are going to do the same work as the way you want. So the person that was asking how we do that thing, I hope you were answered today. We shall delete this one and put this blue one. Tiyo mpanvu muko eyinza tukolera kye twagala ka gradient kabanga kawanvu muko. But it's a free one. Kali too sharp. Kali ke kabadde kakola nti ko kajja kafadinga bulungi. But that's your own research. You'll do it. Do you get my point? Within these free versions, you can get a good one. Bw'oba mwavu, tegere nfunayo. Kozesa ebyobwavu. But for now, practice with the free things that are within, because sometimes oli yaba yakozesa same tool just nagifuula pro, but it will do the same work. So you find this thing, kakano just omuntu yakafuula pro, nenga ke kamu oluusi ne kano. Kati kano kali pro naye kajja kukola omulimu gwe gumu ne kano. Kano kali pro naye kalinamu akakafaanana, kaaliwo akakafaanana. So fight within the free things that you have. Produce beautiful work. Olaba kano tikafulumyemu bulungi n'ozzaako kati ni bwe kati ne lufulumamu nga luli kind of faint mu. Yes, it may not produce perfectly nga kiri eri, but yeah. Nako osobola okukalookinga n'ogamba nkatadde mu position saagala kalooking, saagala katamparinga with. I want now to add the words there. Let me stop sharing my screen and ask anything. If you have a question, Katini. Any questions? I see people are dropping, I think. Any questions? Have we learned something? The comment section says, how do I make measurements in Canva? Please repeat for me, okay? I'm going to repeat that. I would wish to ask something. Please, Omal, Bashir, if you are still on the call, ask what you want to ask. Omal, Bashir, Omal, bw'aba taliiwo nga tuyiriba ekirala. Agenze kirabika, right? Please ask what you want. But yeah, I want to add something small. Unmute, sir. Okay. Aperture. Omar, yes, Omar.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I'm trying to ask, I was trying to ask, when I upload something in my page, my blank page, okay, maybe you have uploaded a flyer, it displays half and leaves some space like on the sides. Is it okay like that, or there's a way how I can customize that to make it fill the space, or is it just the way how I have to go?
Can you share your screen? Are you doing it right now? We go through what exactly you're going
Not really. I just saw it on your screen.
When you paste something, it does what?
Like as you paste something in a blank page, it displays and leaves some space on the sides.
Okay.
Is there another way how I have to go about it? I just have to add the justice to fill the page.
Okay, so I'm going to answer that.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Any other person?
Then the other thing is, sorry to disturb.
Yes, please.
About the shadow, like the gradients.
Yes, please.
Yeah, like there's a way how do I like find a shadow that is definitely that will definitely suit my pick, like all the pick I'm using. Like, do I have to look at the color of the pick before I drop a shadow, or like?
Okay. Any other person? I'm going to answer that. Let me answer that before you go to any other question. One, for the shadows, since we are creative and we don't have the pro version, so we might be limited. We choose any and play around with it. We choose any and choose the colors that we want personally. I'll share the screen and answer that as I'm sharing my screen. I want to add something small. Okay, someone wants to add something small, but let me first answer that question. Nyizo jera viraga inestamu answering. Okay, desktop to share. So for the colors, for the shadows, we are going to speak about colors. When you click here into that shadow that you have picked, or gradient or shadow, anything that you would have searched for, if it gives you this curve gradient, or if you want to change, it may not be even the shadow. If you want to change the color of a shape, let's put a shape in here. Shapes, I'll draw that black shape. So if you want to change the color of this, I'm answering him, but I'm answering entirely how we deal with colors. So if you want to change this color, sometimes pre-default it will bring with colors that you have been using within your Canva. But if you want to change its color, you click into it, you go where colors are. Then here, I'm going to give you a reason as to why I'm picking from pictures. But let me first give you the entire thing. You see here, if you don't have a branding kit there and your color is not being seen within here, sometimes you'll see the colors will be listed. But if your color is not being seen within here, you say add a color. When you say add a color, let us change the background for this thing, the entire background, this background with a female color. So color palette for female. Yeah, those colors for female beings. We shall choose one color. Thank you. This is another person. She's not the person that I was using for color palettes, but yeah, we are going to do this color. We don't want to leave our page too white. So when you click into it, it will have copied it. So you come to this Canva, you click on to the object that you want to change the color. So now we want to change the entire thing color, this one. So you come to colors, you come to plus because you are not seeing your color here. So you come to plus and you paste it here. When you are pasting the hash color. You see, it brings hash FDDD. You say change. That's how we change colors. Most people that were designing and leaving their shapes in white, please don't always leave your shapes in white. Sometimes you see the designs as if they are white, but they are not initially white. They are colors close to white. For example, if you look at this shape, you might think this is white, but this is not white. White is this one. White is triple F if you are using FF, factors, these ones, the ones that I shared with. So you see, that's white. There are 6 Fs. Don't leave always your designs in white. So changing colors, that's how we change colors. Playing around with colors. So why I chose this color from this image, for example, if we had a logo within, and then you want to choose the exact colors on your logo, engage your tazimanyi, client na tazimanyi. Let me upload my logo because I want us to be purely practical. Please allow me upload my logo here. Where is my logo? Guys, we have overrun by 30 minutes. Most people don't watch till this late. Those people that will watch later might not watch till this late. So, munasonyiwa tujagikatinga class mangu. So I'm answering you one. every image that is within your Canva, it helps you identify the colors within. So a client has given you a logo X for funds. This one is not pure a logo, but I wanted to pick colors from it. And then you don't know their colors, and you ask them, and they tell you, a designer designed for me, I don't know the colors. Upload their logo onto your page. Come where there are colors. For example, we want to change this into our blue or yellow. Come here, come to colors. So the images that you upload within your Canva, they will show you. So when I click this, it will pick exactly my blue. I don't know why it is not picking the other color, but yeah, if it was my pure logo, it would pick exactly the colors on the logo. So sometimes we pick colors from the picture because of one reason. We don't want to contradict our color. Take an example. I just imagined the color and looked at it and thought it was maybe blue. So when you come here, you put, for example, colors, then you look for blue. I will think I'm close, but this color is different from this one. And color is key. You won't find Airtel using different colors. So sometimes you need to choose from the image to get the exact color if you don't know the color palette. Ero ziraba ziri close. For your own naked eyes, you will think the colors are the same because you have seen from the image and you thought you've put the right color. But to the computer and what, it is a different color. You see, this one is different from this one. You see? So that's it. That's when we choose colors from the images and when we choose colors from anywhere else. I decided to choose the color from this image color because I wanted it to blend within, but it wouldn't hurt me choosing a blue. It depends on what you want. But at least from that lesson, we have learned how we work, we play around with our colors. Where do we choose them from? Actually, we shall leave a blue. Can you meet over just because I like this color? Tine bwenkigeza bwe nti kibondinga within kashado ne kavaayo bulungi. Are we together? I'll stop sharing, then take other questions. I want the person that asked to tick to say that they've gotten they've gotten my answer. Can you wanted to add something? Please, can you add? I'll add for you the other text and then I'll let you people go. We don't have to overrun always. Thank you, man. I'm now a pro in color changes. Ooh, okay, script. Sorry, guys, we don't have to always overrun the lesson. We took a lot in the explanation. Yes, please.
So as I was adding, like some of those shadows, like the first ones that you were trying, they are okay. Most of the good ones, they have that cutting line. When you add in an image or in a picture that you're designing, yes, down can come very well, but it has that cutting line where it stops, and it doesn't make sense. It has to blend with the image, but it doesn't. And most of the shadows that are there, the square ones and all that, it can, when you put it there, it shows that it has where it stops. Yet it shouldn't show that thing. Like there is one that you removed that you showed, but it was showing that it is stopping here. It is cutting from this area, yet it has to show nothing. It has to just fade vertically.
Okay.
So I don't know, and those are the most ones that we may want. I don't know how we have to go about that so that we can remove that cutting line.
Okay. Now, then there you have to focus on the shadows because most shadows don't have the cutting lines. They are like in a circular format without a cutting line. But two, from this lesson, you have already gotten this guy. This guy doesn't have a cutting line. So you can even zoom them further. You see how it is entering well. So instead of you focusing on what he has defeated us, we can focus on now we have a positive one, that we have some little shadow that doesn't have a cutting line that is also good. Then to within, because yesterday I was doing research about this shadow thing, and I found many within that don't have a cutting line. So would you maybe in your free time take that time, look for one that doesn't have a cutting line that gives you that much info, then add, copy this same shadow, paste it to make it kind of stronger, paste it another time, like play around with what you have. Now, this one doesn't have a cutting line, we can agree. So play around with it, convert it to what you want exactly. Or look within, you'll find a good one that you'll be using your entire life. Ngogamba. Okay, that's the betterness of practice, that when you practice, you find your tools. Next time when you are designing, you know where to find your tool. Than in a person that is not practicing. You'll come to the Canva and it will look at you, you look at it, and then sure, I'm not sharing the screen. Oh, sorry. Is it possible to cut, edit pictures in Canva like Adobe Photoshop? Nope. Unless you have a pro version, you can play around with that. For the free version, nope. That's why for the free version, we shall go into photo editing and it will tell you that has to be with the pro version. The guys are dropping a lot. The lesson may not make sense. Guys, we are going to end the lesson soon. Today's lesson has been productive. I've learned a lot. Thank you. Yeah, hope you learned a lot. I'll share my screen. Is it possible to cut, edit? I'll share my screen, do the final touches, then let you people do the rest on that. Murder it. Do injustice on that birthday flyer. Now on, most of the girls, you don't have to ask a man to design for you a birthday flyer. Please, fans, design for me birthday flyer. Yeah, wait it. No free designs. How do you play around with fonts? Yeah, we have to cover that. You guys, manang. Time. Let me share the screen, show you how you play around with fonts, Katini, then I can leave you go and struggle with the rest of the work. Which screen am I sharing? Desktop 2. So I was telling the last person, script person, that yes, the other one maybe puts the square, but at least you have gotten one that doesn't put the square. Play around with it. You know, increase it, reduce it, copy it, paste it. The good thing, you have gotten it and it is not giving you that. So it already does answer your question. We are in the free world, so play around with the free things that you have than dwelling on the positive ones that you might not get. Don't redeem your pro versions now. Yiriba ne free version paka wojijja mu kyoyagala. So that's it. Fonts, we are going to write here a font. Then you do the other fonts yourself. So she's called Grace. I'll do text. So for the font, we go to text. At least we have covered where we get our elements, where we get our designs, where we get our fonts, where we change colors from, and those are the principles of design. So you can play around with the rest. So we shall come into text. So choose heading, anything that you choose, because we are going to change that. So name them Grace. So someone was saying all the free fonts, all the good fonts are within Pro version. No, please. Canva has better fonts. So how do you play around with fonts? Highlight your font that you want, Control A, or you can do the normal highlighting of you, clicking and then dragging around. One, you saw this toolbar is playing around with fonts. So here it is spacing. What much space do you want to leave in between the letters? So this is, okay, this is line spacing in case there were two lines. Won't play with that. Letter spacing, you see. Sometimes you make a font appear different just by increasing its line spacing. So line spacing, you go there, you click into the font and it will bring all the features that you can play around with it. If you want to make it capital, you do this, canning, blah, blah. That was where we make them capital. We're going to see that. Maybe, okay, here, uppercase. So it is in the uppercase. You want it bold, it is in the bold. You want it italics, it is in the italics. Then there are numerous free things here. Free what? Free font types. All these are free. So we are looking for a font that is like a handwriting. It is caveats. It is like this. To put it here. By the way, isn't that font this one already? And it is free. So we shall say we shall come here, say here, we want handwritten. So they will bring only fonts that are handwritten. No, it is not that font. All these fonts are free, but you'll find someone saying they don't have, that's the font actually. You see, that's the font. Who says it is not the font? That's the font. So that's the font. Then we shall add another font and add this cadet here. Please don't limit yourself ngawe. Kasotandika byokwekubaganya they call it kwekubagiza. Someone interpret kwekubagiza in Luzungu. So if you turn kwekubagiza and say you see the font, see the pro version, you are not going to be creative. I'm teaching creatives. There's a reason as why they are called creatives. So 2nd of August, 20th of May, did they put the name? No, they put the number of May 1995. So this was placed underneath the grace and then it was too small. So bring it here, change its size. We shall change its font. It is not bold. Then its font type. By default, this thing brings here. Then you notice when you come back, the last font you put is what comes within. So you always do that so that it gives you. So even if, okay, one, if you don't type the word font, you can come and then begin just looking around minus you typing any word here. You can just highlight this font, come to fonts, and then here to fonts, then begin looking around minus you typing any word. Why is it doing that? Yeah, minus you typing any word, and then you look through. So I will see Poppins. I will say let it be light and let it be too small, just to fit there. And by the end of the thingy, the more you do practice, the more you'll see your favorite fonts. You can always move this with your cursor, with your direction, button directions, for example, left, right, and then you see it is perfectly placed on the Canva. You enlarge code this so that it, yeah, it may not be exactly the same, but we are trying to be on point. So I'm going to let you put these other fonts because this is a normal font. This is a normal font. I want you to change the design here, but I'll let you do that. At least I've covered how you play around with fonts. We are not leaving for me Open Sans and these funny NASA fonts. Have you looked at these flyers, the fonts they are using? Even if you use a normal font, how have you, showed it to us? How have you put it before us? So I want you to design anything. You can design something different, but at least within this lesson, you have learned a lot. You have learned a lot. You can come up with something that is beautiful than you even expect. The gradient has come well. The font, we have learned how to play around with them. Any questions before we close? I'm sorry for overrunning. I'll just tackle these questions and we call it a day. Aperture, you can speak. Then followed by Kenny, then we call it a day. Most people that
Thank
have
you, sir, for your time.
follow to the end of this lesson, yet the end has most important things. Yes, please.
Yes, I've been having challenges with downloading the project on my PC. I don't know whether you can kindly give me a guideline on that, sir.
Okay, is another person? Can you ask what you wanted to ask? Yes.
Hey, Mr. Farmer.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
for the. I want to ask.
Yes, please.
When we are editing,
Mm.
there is this borderline that comes to show what the border where it ends. That second line that pops.
Yes.
Does it show that where it does it show that the design ends here, or it's okay to finish the whole page, or you have to be inside that line that pops?
I will answer that. Esther, I hope I answered your question how to play around with fonts. Please navigate through these fonts, see how they look like, see how they are used, and enjoy them. Esther, please reply. I answered you. Okay, guys, the number is dropping drastically. Sorry, I'm a bad time manager. But yeah, hope you gained something today. I'll answer those last two questions from Kenny and the other person, then we call it a day. I'll I'll do this. Yeah. So hope you can see my screen. So people were asking two things. One, this lens, yes. When we were covering white space, we covered the space that we leave. So if you want a uniform space there, you can always make sure you are within those margins. So it will leave a space here. Let me make this background dark so that we see the space that is being left that is equal. But I'm teaching creatives. I repeat that. I'm teaching creatives. You are going to always violate these rules. But as you violate the rules in the means of white spacing. So you can quit a cockatini if you, in case what you are dealing with has a lot of info, then you have to, yes, you can violate more and then you increase your shape and then it exceeds core. But in your mind, put there, how is it going to be read on other devices? It is not a must that you have to end there, but still, Tojimara space, leave some space there. It is you, the Canva is yours. Yes, they are guiding you on how to use it. The way Benja did, he brought a ruler and then put where they want their shape to pass. So to you, though most times when you are teaching juniors, we emphasize be within this space. When you drag, you'll see it will show you where the space ends. So when we are teaching juniors, we emphasize be within this space. We're going to learn about this spacing in the next lesson, but yeah, if you are still a junior, be within the space. If you feel you are confident about your designs, about what we have learned, yes, you can violate the rules a bit, but the violation in the means that, yes, you have to leave co-work there. Maybe the things that are going through, tebigasa nnyo. For example, gino emikono temugasa omuntu oli the face tugirabye biki. So that in mind, as you are violating the rules within, you are following the rules. You violate as you follow the rules. You wouldn't want to put this at the bottom. It may not be read well like this. When you open the design like this, you see grace will be eaten. So if you are seeing it eaten here this way, now on the phones or other devices, it may not be seen totally. So as you violate the rules, I think we even passed the line. But yeah, because the line is up here, you already violated the rules, but we violated within. We followed the rules as we were violating the ones that exist. Since here it will be read, even if I download it and send it to us, it will be read well on every device. So as we violate, we follow rules. Hope you got that point. It is key. As you violate, follow the rules. We shall stop there. Go complete this design or go do any design from today's knowledge. The assignment is just that I wanted most times to give you same work to show you that you can do the same work and produce differently, produce different fonts, different alignments. But yeah, we shall cover alignment and other things in the next lesson. But this lesson, go do this work or any work, polish the work that you have been having, then we shall see. I will be communicating later on how we shall handle the rest of the days. I'll unmute. I'll stop sharing the screen. We have two hands risen up. We shall have someone to represent the group and say something to us, to the organizing committee. How have you found today's lesson? How was everything? On Wednesday, I'm bringing an expert. She was calling me today. She's Sumaya, but I didn't want an expert to come before you grasp the things because expert lessons may be kind of. Kevin, you unmute and say something and say, I see your hand risen up.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Hope you guys.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I want to throw a big thank you to Mr. Funds Technology. I call you Funds Technology. The other name failed to get into my name. But you've really done us well, me as a person, and I believe other people. We have got the essentials today. It has been a long run, but if you're conscious enough, you will get the whole graphic thing in one lesson that has been happening today. So a big thank you to our committee and you, sir, for your time and really giving us your essentials at no cost or at no charge. We are really thankful. It has been a good organization today, and I've really got the insight and the things that I didn't know. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Thanks very much too. I see Dr. Dennis has something to say also, but yeah, that's it. These concepts are not taught when you go to these people that teach us. When you go to YouTube, you'll go to YouTube and then they will start off Photoshop and then they are not telling you the design principles. Someone is not telling you as why they use that letters, why they use that font. So these are key things. So the next lessons onwards, we might not be covering the theories. We are going to be diving deep into the tricks and rounds of, how you can get better designs. But the upcoming days, serious work, but practical. Less of the theory than practical. We needed to cover this, that even if someone ends on lesson 1, they can be able to do their own work from what they've learned today. So from today onwards, why you use that font, how to use colors, like that. We shall cover a typography lesson. Then we cover some color lesson, why we choose certain colors. Then we cover AI with designing. We have AI. We shouldn't use it only for copying purposes at campus or other things. Let's integrate the AI into our businesses. Most of us don't know why we chose the colors we are using for the organizations. Ask the AI, I'm into this business, like prompt it. What colors should I use? What font should I use? It will give you the color and the reason. Since you are into Medicare, you'll use blue because blue means trust, because this means life. It will give you the answers. So we are going to have that lesson and it will polish. By the end of the course, I want you to have a branding guideline for your organization, however small the organization will be. Have a branding guideline. Then in the next lesson, make sure you carry a friend. Yes, they will have missed the concepts here, but you encourage them to watch the video to the end or carry a friend. I sign out. I thank you all for attending, not disappointing me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making it. Bye-bye.